Hi everyone, on my way to work, and I was just thinking, and before I forget what I'm thinking, I want to videotape this. I want to talk about the topic of the HCG diet bulimia. How many of you have successfully done the HCG protocol, done an amazing round, followed the protocol, was a witness to the miraculousness of it, went back into the real world, had a great excuse to overconsume, to reward yourself, to enjoy our social celebration, and in your mind said, you know what, I just lost a certain amount of weight. I could stand to gain back 10, 15 pounds, maybe even 20. You have a limit in your head of what you think is acceptable as far as gaining. Then you give yourself the liberty and freedom to overconsume because you can purge the weight later. Most people, when they think of bulimia, they think of binging on massive quantity of food followed immediately by puking, which is the truth. Bulimia can be any form of purging. For example, I've been that bulimic where I actually puked the food up. I actually spent more of my time in exercise bulimia. I would eat off of my rigid controls, feel massive amount of anxiety and guilt because of my fear and anxiety over gaining fat. In order to get rid of that anxiety and fear, I would then purge through excessive exercise, purging through caloric expenditure. Now, how many of you could actually observe your behavior? Okay, and you may not be purging immediately. You might purge the next day by underconsumption or saying, look, I'm going to eat much, much, much less. What's the difference? Seriously, when you think about that, what's the difference between eating much, much less, doing a ton more exercise to try to purge the calories, or puking it up? Puking is actually much easier. And I'm not encouraging that because that has a very huge ramifications. Your throat, your esophagus, a whole lot of issues come from that. So what I'm really trying to expose here is the bulimic concept that many people use with the HCG protocol, because it is such an extreme form of getting rid of the damages, and it does it so quickly. So it's very appealing to people who are actually bulimic and have the obsessive compulsive disorders, obsessing over limits with food, what food you're eating, obsessing over the resulting weight. And anytime there is a flaw in your controls or you mess up, you have to find some form of compensation to fix it. And this protocol can be very attractive because it fixes damages much quicker. So I want you to think about that. How often do you hear people, oh my God, I gained 15 pounds back. I have all these reasons why. We get calls all the time from patients, even with the education we give them. May not sink in right away, so they end up exploring this protocol as a form of bulimia or a form of purge. But eventually, what I've noticed is people become aware of how damaging their own behavior is because they keep on losing, keep on gaining, keep on losing, keep on gaining, and it really wears you down after a while to have to go through this entire process over and over and over again. So where are you in that binge purge cycle? Where are you right now? Are you in the gaining? Are you in the justifying and the justifying massive quantities of food and weight gain? And it doesn't even have to be massive quantities of food. It's just the justifying the ability to eat freely for the moment, to have liberty from your crazy constraints, and accepting the gain of fat because you know in the future you will fix the damages later. Bulimia, hello. Get off the crazy train. One simple way to force yourself to deal with the reasons why you want to eat is to stop dieting. No more protocols. No more excessive exercise. Shut all doors to enablers that you use as an excuse to be able to go eat. If you really, really, really care about your body, then you wouldn't give yourself the allowance to gain again. Again, that allowance to gain again is in direct proportion to your desire to eat excessively. So look at the desire to eat excessively. Would you do it if there wasn't a diet to bail you out? Would you do it if there wasn't a way to get rid of that weight? Most people who don't have sexual trauma or physical trauma to where they need the weight to feel secure from vulnerability of being approached, if you're not in that category, then you're not okay with the weight. It directly conflicts with our societal idealistic looks, which is crazy anyways. That's a whole nother topic. But if you truly, truly care about just health alone, screw the looks, health alone, you wouldn't be okay gaining even 5 to 10 pounds. So you really have to question what it is about the eating that you're looking for to where you could care less about the 5 to 10 pounds. So food for thought. Have a good day.